Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make these chocolate bonbons step by step. I made these for my son's daycare teachers for Christmas, and I thought it would be a perfect chance to walk you through the process. First of all, you will need good quality bonbon molds, and good sturdy molds really help your bonbons turn out great. I've tried some cheaper ones and they were not worth the money saved. Before I start making bonbons, I'm gonna clean up the molds a little bit. I like using a heat gun. It looks like a hairdryer, I know. And also make sure to use soft cotton balls or pads so you don't scratch the surface of the mold. So basically all you do is heat the mold gently with the heat gun and then wipe it clean. If it's dirty, you will struggle to get the bonbons out later. They can be really frustrating. Honestly, it's better to spend a little time cleaning than have all your hard work go to waste. The reason I'm heating the mold is to melt the leftover cocoa butter from the last use. You see here, this is some leftover cocoa butter from last time that wasn't cleaned properly. If you want your bonbons colorful, you will need cocoa butter colorings. And also, regular gel food colorings won't work for this, so make sure to use coloring made from cocoa butter. And also, you will need to temper. Let me explain tempering process a little bit here. So basically, you need to melt your cocoa butter coloring to about 45 to 50 Celsius. Let me check my temperature here. It's about 47, so it's perfect. I used microwave to melt, in case you're wondering. Now you need to cool it down to 26 to 27 Celsius. To cool it down, I basically stir it. Stirring is really important for tempering as well. Like you see, it's 27 now. And using a heat gun, you're gonna warm it up to 29 to 30 Celsius. So when you're working with multiple colors, this tempering process can be too much work. Work with one color at a time to avoid losing the right temperature during the process. There are a few ways to paint the mold. My favorite one is using a brush. It's simple and also gives a nice artistic look. You can even splash the cocoa butter for a fun abstract design. I like to clean the mold with paper towel to remove extra cocoa butter on the surface as well. If you're planning to make chocolate bonbons more often and want to make them look extra professional, getting this airbrush machine is a great idea. It's super fast for covering the whole mold and it makes your chocolate vibrant. Now I'm checking on a paper towel to see if it's spraying evenly. And I'm starting spraying the mold evenly everywhere. Also, don't forget to clean the cocoa butter on mold surface with a paper towel. I am using two different colors here. You can definitely play around with colors, and that's one of the fun things on making chocolate bonbons. When you're making dark chocolate shells, spray the white color last so the other colors show better on the dark chocolate. Since you're spraying cocoa butter, which is essentially fat, make sure to clean your workspace thoroughly with soap afterward. And now the molds are ready. It's time to work with the chocolate. I'm using Calibre chocolate because it's a good price and the quality is not bad. There are fancier ones, but chocolates are very expensive lately. I can't really go for anything fancier than this. Anyways, to use the chocolate, you will need to temper it. So basically, tempering makes the chocolate stable and shiny. Melt your chocolate to 45 to 50 Celsius. You see it's almost 50, which is great. Once the chocolate is melted, add some fresh chocolate to bring the temperature down. I would say 20% out of your, melted chocolate. And then your goal is to get it to around like 30 to 32. Now it's 41, so it's a lot higher. So I'm gonna add more chocolate. Now you see the temperature is going down slowly. So, I am adding more chocolate little by little and stirring nicely. When the temperature reaches about 35 Celsius, now you need to be cautious. At this point, I only add a few small pieces of chocolate. That way I avoid unmelted chunks. And stirring helps tempering. Keep in mind, you need to keep stirring as you go. So when you reach the target temperature at 30 to 32 Celsius, test if the chocolate is tempered. I put some chocolate on my spatula and wait a few minutes to see if it's set. If it sets and it has a shine, then it's tempered and you can start working. So once it's tempered, you need to keep the temperature consistent. What I do is keep a pot with warm water under the bowl, and I want to keep my chocolate at 30 to 32 Celsius. That way I can keep my chocolate tempered. Now let's start molding. I know this is a lot of work, but I love this process. And I was working, and actually my son came to give me some candies. He's so sweet. Actually, you could just pour the chocolate into the mold, but I love using piping bags because it's cleaner. So you fill the chocolate into the piping bag and pipe the chocolate full. And you need to work fast, otherwise the chocolate sets quickly. See, I'm piping really quick. Tap the mold to remove any air bubbles in the chocolate, like so, and you flip. You see, I struggled a little bit. This taking the chocolate out is always a bit of struggle for me because handling the mold with one hand is tricky. Now using a chocolate spatula, tap the edge of the mold and try to drop the chocolate. And scrape down the surface with the spatula. Here, I'm waiting for the chocolate to set. Honestly, this process you really have to make and repeat to figure out what works best for you. You can watch 1,000 videos, but if you don't practice, you will never learn. I never learned, making chocolate bonbons in the school. I just picked it up on my own, trying different ways and stuff. I find if I don't do it often, my hands forget and struggle. So repeating and practicing is key for making chocolate bonbons. You can definitely reuse the chocolate. I'll use this leftover for sealing the bonbons. Or you can, make chocolate cakes or brownies with this chocolate. I also made white chocolate shells. It's the same method, but the temperature is slightly different, so I'll leave that information below. For filling the bonbons, it's mostly ganache, but you can add some jams, compote, caramel, sometimes crunchy crumbles, sponge cakes. There are several types. Since I'm making many kinds today, I made only 6 simple ganache like hazelnut, vanilla, In the video right now, I was making passion fruit one, and also I made caramel. If you are curious about the recipe, I will leave it in the description box. Please check it out. And once you pipe the ganache like about 90% full, I usually leave the mold overnight for the ganache to set. If you're in a hurry, you can definitely put it in the fridge, but I find letting it set at room temperature gives a better texture. Now, final step. We need to seal the bonbons. Spread a thin layer of tempered chocolate and scrape it off. This step sounds easy, but scraping it clean is definitely challenging because you have to work really fast or the chocolate will set and it's impossible to scrape. And all your hard work could be for nothing. Okay, so I still feel nervous when I work on this process. And once you're done sealing the bonbon, I recommend putting the mold in the fridge for about 20 minutes. It helps the bonbons come out easily. So now it's beautiful treasures coming out. If you see shiny bonbons, great job. If they don't come out at all, something went wrong with the process, like chocolate tempering or cocoa butter tempering. I didn't use any cocoa butter coloring for this batch. You can actually brush some edible gold dust on them and they look beautiful. And this one, the first batch of cocoa butter coloring didn't come out nicely. It's either I lost the temper during the process or I didn't clean the mold properly. Luckily it didn't look too bad, so I decided to use them. When you're making chocolate bonbons, this kind of thing happens quite often, and don't be discouraged. And this raspberry one was the worst result. I didn't want to give up on them, so I am decorating with extra chocolate garnish. Mistakes and accidents make me frustrated, but covering and fixing the mistakes can be fun. So I always try to find a joy during the process. Anyways, I'm all done with making bonbons. And now let's pack all of these treasures. I got these white paper bonbon boxes on Amazon at a reasonable price. I love the packaging process as well. I made about 12 boxes with 16 pieces of chocolate bonbons mixed for my son's daycare teachers. And after this, I delivered the chocolate bonbons to daycare and they loved it so much. And yeah, this was how I made bonbons at home. I hope you liked the video and thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.